Hey! Welcome to a special edition of KocoSports. This ain't really an NXT review, as much of a story about a journey to get to NXT. And I wish people in WWE did this more often in WWE Network. When I was a young fan, and a young independent fan, when I first got into indie wrestling, and I saw independent wrestlers go up to WWE and get squashed, as a young fan, I was like, oh, who cares? It's not that big a deal. But for a lot of these wrestlers, this is the first time that they get to be on the big stage and how hard they fucking work just to get to there. And, this ain't an NXT review as much as just to talk about the tag team. The match was Heavy Machinery defeating Damien Aweel and Edwin Negron on ACW and Florida Indies. It's known as Damien Angel. He's the one on the right as you're looking at it, and the left, Eddie Taurus. And just I don't know, maybe it's because I'm older, or maybe I literally seen this tag team start from day one, that it felt like I was so happy for them. I felt so proud for them. And that's why you should get into independent wrestling. You really should see, because a match where Heavy Machinery just beats the shit out of two local guys means so much to a certain part of the world. Former ACW tag team champs, former, ACW world champion Eddie Taurus, cruiserweight champ and Damien Angel, and just dude, so many great stories with these guys, and I'm just so proud. It was like one of the first times in a while that I watched a match on NXT, and it just felt like family was up there. I seen my first show that I ever promoted, they were on it. And I don't even know if they knew each other. I got into promoting by someone just calling me up and be like, hey, help me promote this show, help me book this show, I need help, I need help, I need help. And I literally showed up, and it was the most unorganized thing ever. Like, there was just wrestlers like, what should we do? There was a wrestling ring. It was such a horrible show. But that's where I got to meet Eddie Torres and Damien Angel. And what you call it, they weren't even tag teams. I don't even know if they knew each other. But I just remember going, oh fuck, we need a tag team match. And we had an established tag team that we knew on the indie scene. And Eddie Torres was like, oh, can I have a match? I'm like, sure, you could tag with him. And he's like, are you just tagging each other because we're both Puerto Rican? And I'm like, sure, why not? And then the best part is, they walk away, and I talk to James Legend, who sometimes hosts the show here, and Damien Angel he forgot his boots, so he didn't wear boots. The ring was, oh dude, it was such a horrible show. But I remember they walked away, and I kid you not, I looked at James, and it was so unorganized, I was like, is that guy even a wrestler? And they put on a hell of a match considering not that many people showed up. Talking about being thrown into the fire for my experience and their experience. Then they became like the face of our tag team, Stateline, and the Indies. It's hard to have a tag team division, so like to keep the tag team wrestling alive, you just have one dominant tag team, and they were our dominant tag team, and Damien Angel was also a unofficial bouncer of fans because he would just he would just knock motherfuckers out that got into the ring. It was absolutely fantastic. The company grew, and they were just the fucking cornerstone of our tag team, man. And like I always joke that I was the third member of Stateline, and the reason we came up with Stateline is I I thought it was because they were crossing the border. I was like, I got it. That's kind of racist. They're like, no, you fucking idiot. I'm from New Jersey. Eddie Torres was from New Jersey, and Damien Angel was from New York. And he's like, State Line, because I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And they eventually became our tag team champs, and we ran with it. It's just so great to see them, dude. And granted, the match, the Heavy Machinery defeating Damien Aweel and Edwin Negron, trust me, it's a squash match. It's a great squash match, but it was just great to see someone that you see as family get up there. And I wish WWE Network kind of broke it down more. I know they have to protect copyright and stuff, but it just seems like and I've said this before, it's not just because my fucking homeboys were up there. I really think when you have a squash match of local guys, you should use the real names. I think that you should not care about copyright. You should tell the stories, of them, because then it makes Heavy Machinery look a hell of a lot better. It's like for those that are ACW fans, are like, oh my God, Heavy Machinery just beat the shit out of a former ACW champ. I don't know why. I know why they do it. Copyright. I just think it's not worth it. I think they should just do it, because there's a lot of indie guys. There was a lot of talented indie guys that just didn't make it because of size and all that. Nowadays, it's, I guess, a little bit easier to make it to WWE than it was back in the day. Back in the day, it was, I think, more difficult, especially for independent wrestlers. But yeah, so it was just a squash match. But the thing is, most fans see Heavy Machinery beat the hell out of these two guys, and that's it. But if they just put a little story on it, it could help Heavy Machinery so much more. And oh man, they got this shit kicked out of them, poor fucking bastards. So, and also they main evented the biggest show that we ever ran in ACW is Daytona. They main evented with John Diamond and Ralph Mosca, and that was probably the best show, most fun we've ever had, because we had tons of fans thanks to John Diamond and Daytona, and everyone across the state, the local fans across the state, and it was just great because we packed with old fans and new fans, and it was just a blend. And they had a hardcore match. It was absolutely fantastic. And one time, in the second show in Daytona, Damien Angel flipped over the ropes the wrong way and had a concussion. And I'm one of those guys that I got your back no matter what, even if it's breaking the law. I don't have many friends, but the friends I do have, they call up and like, I need this. I'm like, bam, you got it. I am there. And Damien Angel calls me up and he's like, bro, I'm all fucking concussed all the fuck up. I'm like, yeah, bro, I've been there. And he's like, dude, I want to get the fuck out of the hospital. Come pick me up. I'm like, sure, why not? And I pick him up. I'm super sick, by the way. And I pick him up, send him to his house, and I thought nothing of it. The next day, the phone is ringing. Everyone's going crazy. And people are like, oh, my God, someone took Damien Angel out of a hospital. That's a federal offense, and you're going to be a fugitive. And like, I was like, really? Well, I hope we find out who did it. And eventually I was like, yeah, dude, Damien Angel called. I got him out of the hospital. So, yeah, fucking, we always joke that I broke him out of the hospital. And Eddie Taurus was also ACW champ, but it was so great how it happened. There was a struggle between Nasty Boy Sags and Jerry Sags and Ralph Mosca, but yeah, they had Eddie Taurus did a frog splash to Bruce Santee, and only the referee and Bruce knew. No one else in the building knew, including myself. And what you call it, Bruce Santee just holds him and hugs him, and Billy counts to 3, and it was like the most genuine reaction for winning the title, because like he wasn't expecting to win the title, and it was absolutely fantastic. And the last show I ever promoted, Tampa All Pro, had a couple WWE stars on it, and Eddie Torres got to wrestle D'Lo Brown one-on-one, so it was really great. And when Damien Angel came back from injury, I don't know if anyone finds this interesting, so I find it to be amazing. When Damien Angel came back from injury, we made Legion Cage a really funny, over-the-top, small, slimy heel. Just imagine a Miz times 1,000 in that small arena. People hated him. And we made him champ, and then there were people like, you're a paper champion, you're a paper champion. And Damien Angel's like, all right, I'm back, I got cleared, I'm going to win my title back. I'm like, no, listen, I got this greatest idea ever. And he's like, think about it, you're the hero, you're going to win the title back, right? And he's like, yeah, but what if you don't win? Think about how great of a fucking story it is. And Damien Angel just looked at me like, I don't give a fuck about your story. I'm winning the title. And he was so pissed. Like, he didn't even comprehend. I was like, I know, you're going to win the title. Everyone loves you and everyone hates him. And it's the greatest comeback story ever. The champion wins his title back from a paper champion. But what if the paper champion wins? And Damien Angel's like, I'm winning my fucking title, right? I'm like, no. The paper champion wins. The bad guy wins. Think about it. I'm winning my title, right? And it just went on forever. Hopefully they get to do more shit in NXT. But it's just great. And that's why you should support your independents, because even small matches like this, and I've said it for a long time, WWE should be telling stories about, how important it is to make it to WWE, how important it is to get there. So, yeah, but overall, absolutely happy, and it was just great. It was one of the happiest times I've seen. And it was Heavy Machinery just beating the shit out of my two homeboys, but it was fucking great. absolutely fucking great. I was just like, yeah. Oh man. So yeah, I don't know. I know like you guys want me to complain and come back and review stuff. I will, but I just thought I'd just jump in here just to say how proud I am of Eddie Taurus and Damien Angel, or Damien Aweel and Edwin Negron. So yeah, and I just wish WWE told more stories like this because it would help heavy machinery so much more. But yeah, I'm hoping to get back into podcasting and news and all that little by little. But just right now, I just wanted to talk about something that probably won't get any views, any hits, but I don't care. I'm just so proud of my boys. So congratulations, Eddie Torres and Damien Angel. And I remember as a fan, I was always, as a young fan, I was like, who cares? If Scoot Andrews and Christopher Daniels and all those Florida guys get this shit kicked out of them in WWE. But now that I'm older and fucking a little bit wiser, a little more sentimental, I was just so happy to see my boys up there, and yeah, congratulations. So hopefully we can see them again. But yeah, so I don't. Hopefully, check out KocoSports.net. We're slowly but surely rebuilding it, and we're slowly but surely freeing up our schedule to do more shows. All right. So like, comment, subscribe. I know it's a bit of an awkward show, but with that, I am over. Bum, 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 ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.